What's good? It's your boy Shay coming back at you with another Big Brother 27, hashtag BB27, episode 1 recap. As always, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, so that way you don't miss out on anything regarding Big Brother. But first, before y'all get any ideas, your boy is safe for yet another week. Episode 1 90-minute premiere was last night. Big Brother / Hotel Mystere. Oh my goodness. Hotel Mystere. Okay. We have Hotel Mystere, which is, I guess, they're trying to capitalize on the traders hype. I don't really understand what it is at this point. It is very not Big Brother. I can already see that production is going to have their hands all over this season. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves, shall we?
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
So we spent the first half an hour of the 90 minutes episode, I guess you could say, get to knowing the house guests, which, I don't acknowledge none of that because all we did was find out their names and the occupations that y'all told us that they are, so we could see the whole montage of them acting surprised that they got a key to go on Big Brother, because there's no way they knew that they were going on Big Brother because this big camera was following them for just no reason. I gotta be honest, I am sick of that. I am sick of that. Bro, don't nobody believe that shit. You really think that we sitting here thinking that these people were just walking around their normal day and then they got surprised with a Big Brother house key and found out they was going? Like, it's stuff like that where it's like, it's certain things you want them to keep the same and they refuse to keep the same. And then it's other stuff that don't nobody believe this, bro. Stop doing this. That's me and you.
Exactly.
So now that we got all those dry introductions out of the way, the game starts off with Julie coming to talk to the house guests about noticing things in the house and their observation skills. Because, instead of just playing a social game trying to get to the end, they have to become Big Brother detectives, and they have to be able to notice things that are missing and all these other things. So there's an HOH relic that's on the table and the lights went out. The relic disappears, and so does Julie.
How many of you noticed the mysterious HOH relic that holds the power of the head of household?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Look, Julie's gone.
Julie!
So now that Julie has disappeared, there's only one shoe left on the stage. So, that was a clue. Let me just tell you something. They made that seem like her shoe being left on the stage was a clue, but it literally had nothing to do with anything. Nothing. So they have them break into two teams. One team is supposed to figure out where Julie's at, and then the other team is supposed to figure out where the HOH relic went. So basically, it was just a way for them to split the house in half, for them to have two competitions, to further the game. Now, I personally thought that the two competitions was just going to be both round ones of the HOH, and then the two winners of the comp would turn around and win HOH, or turn around and compete for HOH rather. But I was surprised, to say the least.
So now you see exactly what I was talking about.
Now, the first competition starts off, okay, they have them building this bridge that's a puzzle, puzzle pieces, and then they got to put it all together, and then it's a bridge, and then they walk across the bridge, and then there's a few doors, and they try to figure out which door Julie's in. That's where it started to fall apart for me personally. You built the bridge, and that's cool. You know, just have them build the bridge. It shouldn't have been no complicated HOH. Just have them build the bridge, get across the bridge, hit a buzzer, and win. Nope. You build this bridge, you get across it, and then you go to each door, and they have these vents, and you have to listen into the vents, and then once you listen to the vents, you gotta hear which one is telling the truth, because it's all Julie's voice, but only one of the Julies and out of the door vent is telling the truth that is really Julie. And how would you know? You had to pay attention to what she was wearing.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Okay. So Adrian gets across and he's listening and he doesn't hear what he needs to hear to know that Julie's in there, because if you open the wrong door, you lose. Now, as he's listening, Zach gets across and he notices that Adrian's just passing up all these doors. So he took a guess at the door, opened the door, and Julie was in there.
Please.
I'm losing my motherfucking mind, man.
Come on! Julie!
So, out rip, I'm like, well, that competition was a total flop. I think they should have just made it a puzzle comp and let the person that built the puzzle get across and hit a buzzer. That extra element of you got to listen to these speakers and figure it out. No, man, that was lame as I don't know what. But, you know, it could have been worse. You know, I'm trying to come into this season and not be as pessimistic. I'm really trying, bro. Make sure you hit the like button. Now, we get to the next competition. What's the next competition? The next competition is utterly terrible. So they have this HOH relic, and they have to figure out in a whole room full of these relics which relic is exactly the one. And I mean, it is tough. You got to know exactly where these emeralds are. You got to know exactly how the keys are facing on it. And nobody had even seen the original one, because Julie pointed it out. And then once Julie pointed it out, everybody was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then the lights went out like soon thereafter and it was gone.
I mean, this is some shameful shit.
So then we get to Jimmy. Jimmy gets up there and he wins. I have to be honest. I don't know if he really won or not. They did not show us any definitive proof to say that he really got the answer right. And I think that's going to be a big theme of this show. Production I think this is just going to be just kind of like there's going to be a level of just blatant acting in this season. And also, but we also know that whenever they start off hot and heavy with these type of themes and stuff, it always falls off. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they'll start it off making it seem like, oh, the theme of the season is going to be this. And then by week 3, they're just Big Brother in there and in this house, and none of these so-called theme twists and whatnot don't even matter. So I will at least admit that much. But as of right now, that was terrible. So we have Adrian win comp 1, or I'm sorry, Zach win comp 1, and then we have Jimmy win comp 2, okay? So they get to go face to face to see who's HOH, right? Wrong. For some reason, they decided to give Zach $10,000, putting a massive target on his back day 1. Why wouldn't they just tell people they were playing for $10,000? And then I would rather see it that way, to see who really wants to go get the money and who doesn't. But half of the house got to play for $10,000 and didn't even say nothing until after the fact. So what did Jimmy get? Jimmy get $10,000? Oh no, they gave Jimmy the opportunity to select 4 people to play for HOH.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
They gave him the opportunity to select 4 people to play HOH. And obviously, if he picks himself, that's one of the 4 people. So already I'm like, what is this? So I don't get a chance to play for that? You forced me to play for $10,000. Like, the The house guests didn't even get to pick. Production picked who they wanted to play for 10,000 and who they wanted to play for a chance to select HOH members. So I'm already like, how did you decide that, CBS? How did you decide that? Cool. So now after they say that, they have Jimmy, he's basically the first HOH. He's sitting around holding meetings with everybody, asking everybody why they should be picked to play in the HOH. Man, I gotta tell you straight up, bro. Ain't no way I'm sitting here doing an interview to explain to somebody I don't know in this house or in this game about why they should pick me to play in the HOH competition. Like, what kind of shit is this? Just a terrible ass idea. I mean, that idea is terrible. I mean, if you disagree, make sure you put in the comments about why you disagree and tell me why it was a good idea. I personally think that shit was terrible. So he's sitting around, and I can't even really be mad at him for his strategy of asking people, well, if we in this competition in X, Y, and Z, and I want to win, will you throw it to me? And obviously people going to say whatever he wants to hear and whatnot if you really want to play. And I know some people don't even want to play, which at that juncture, I don't even know. I don't know what I want to do. I did notice that most of the house didn't want to be HOH because that's the thing now, is everybody's scary and don't want to be a part of the game because, oh, I don't want blood on my hands. Like, bro, we ain't even played one competition and everybody is already scared of having blood on their hands. You even had one moron say out loud that, oh, I don't want to win the first HOH. Why would you say that?
They got to be the stupidest motherfuckers.
So the 4 people competing are Jimmy, Ashley, Adrian, and Vinny. They're competing for HOH. Now, the comp for the HOH, I think it was a decent comp. They had the things where you balance the weights on these 3 bars, and if you can get all of them to balance and then hit your buzzer and they stay up there for 10 seconds, you win the competition. That was a decent competition. I'm not a fan of these new waves of everybody can't play for HOH. I want a 16-person head of household competition for the first HOH. I don't know why we have started this. I guess they feel like it's easier to have a comp with a few amount of people or whatever, but you know, if it's that deep, I say you all have them do the same comp and do it in waves. I'm okay with them doing one comp in waves, but to have them doing one comp that's for $10,000, but they don't even know it, and then do this other comp that's just for a person to select people that's gonna play, man, this is hashtag PIFE, production in full effect. We already know what this is. I hope you get it, because I sure get it.
But the women.
Vinny wins HOH. He was the one able to pull it out. It was close between him and Adrian, but Adrian messed up at the end and Vinny got to pull it out. So now we get to go play some Big Brother, right? Wrong. Very wrong. They go back to the living room and now all of this malarkey is started. Now, I didn't mention this early on, but you have a scenario to where there's some devil demon that comes on the screen that's supposed to be the mastermind. I don't know. I guess he's the Zodiac killer. I don't know what this is, but apparently there's this co-host, because you have Julie out on the stage, but then they have this demon that pops up on the screen in the house that apparently is messing up the whole game. That was the person that kidnapped Julie and, and this, cloned her voice and all these other stupid things. It's the one that stole the whole, the HOH relic and all this goofy shit. So we sitting here listening to this demon. This demon comes on and tells everybody that, there's another house guest in the house.
But this time, I'm not taking something from the game. I'm adding something to it.
Man, you corny!
Say hello to your new roommate.
No way.
Yo, the devil's in full effect.
Salvador's got a life Reality royalty has officially arrived.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
That's right. Former Big Brother winner, Rachel Reilly, is back in the house. Now, I don't know, I guess us retro Big Brother fans, if you will, I guess we supposed to be excited by this, but I gotta be honest, I don't give a flying fuck about a Rachel Reilly. First of all, what the fuck was that outfit she was wearing? That shit looked real goofy. Then on top of that, that shit was leaked by CBS to Mike Bloom, Sharon Tharp, and all these other people and all these other former house guests. So y'all got to be careful going forward because CBS is doing stupid shit in that house and leaking it to people so that way they can have credibility and they're the Big Brother insiders. Bro, stop leaking shit. Just do it. Why would y'all leak the mystery house guest? And I'll tell you why. Because they wanted to see how many people was going to come to see if it was Rachel. Bro, don't know. Man, nobody liked Rachel the first 2 times she played. Ain't nobody going to like her this 3rd time. And then to be honest with you, this ain't the same Rachel. This ain't the same. This ain't this Rachel.
Flirters, you better grab a life vest. Kristen.
This ain't her. Whatever Rachel we getting ready to get is a fake corporate version of Rachel who's been on 55 damn TV shows since she's been on Big Brother the last time. You know, she's been on Amazing Race 3 times, Worst Cooks in America, all this stuff, bro. Like, she ain't nothing but a corporate toady now. This ain't that Rachel no more. This is family girl Rachel, which I'm happy that her and Brendan are still married and together and have kids and everything, man. Big salute to y'all. Shout out to Brendan. Or did I call you Brandon at first? Brendan, I'm sorry, sir. But you know, that's okay that she's a family girl. I love that about her, but like she's doing this for a check. And so she comes down and, you know, everybody's playing this whole shocked role. And I truly wonder how many of them really know who Rachel is. Because I get tired of this shit every year. Oh my God, I'm such a super fan. I was watching this when I was inside of my mother's womb. Yes, when my mother was pregnant, when we watched Big Brother every week. And then when I was born, the first thing, I never watched Sesame Street. I only watched Big Brother. I went to school. I had an evil dick lunchbox.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Cut that shit out, bro. We got to stop this super fan shit. I'm sick of it because the main reason why I have a problem with it is because y'all don't be super fans. Now, I know that Adrian has allegedly built all these traps and all these different things in this house, and he's a carpenter, so he might have done it, but I got to be honest, I'm kind of skeptical on that. I am his thing at the wall was too much. I'm skeptical of it. I'm extremely skeptical of it. But you know, I'll leave it out there that it could be true. So now that we got Rachel as the 17th house guest, Rachel's already punking the house guest. She tells old girl to get up and start introducing herself and whatnot, which I would not have done. So she gets up and then it gets interrupted. Here comes that demon dude again. The demon dude comes out and, well, comes on the screen. I don't want to make it seem like he came in the house. Comes on the screen, and then he lets everybody know that, oh, yeah, before I forget, Rachel's not the 17th house guest. Well, I'm like, time out, bro. There's 16 people in the house, and then you just put Rachel in there. She's 17. No, they claim the 17th house guest is somebody already in the house who's basically the saboteur. They're like, oh, yeah, there's one of you house guests are actually helping me in all this chaos that I'm getting ready to do in the house. So I'm like, so what is this? We got 2 production plants in the house because they're going to be like, oh, they helped me turn the lights out during the HOH. Since when have the lights in that house been accessible for house guests to turn on and off? So it's already a bunch of bullshit. Like, oh, they helped me steal the HOH relic and turn off the lights and all of this stuff. So now, instead of us just playing Big Brother, starting off with an HOH, wondering who they going to put up on the block and all this, now it's a scenario where they have to figure out who is this house, which house guest is actually helping the demon on the TV.
Lord Jesus.
And if they find out who this person is, the person is immediately evicted. But if they don't find out, then we're officially playing with 17 people. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard of, bro. Why is it so wrong to just come in the house with 16 people, get an HOH, put 2 people on the block, and keep it pushing? And here's my favorite part. Remember the AI arena, production's favorite trick where, that's where y'all got all pumped up about Tucker and all this stuff, because the AI arena ain't nothing but a fail safe for production to make sure that whoever it is that they don't want to go home, that everybody in the house is like, that person needs to go home. Well, if production don't want that person to go home, the AI arena is safe. Guess what? That shit's permanent now.
That's right.
Yes, the AI arena twists crap from last season is now permanent. I mean, we saw shades of this when in the cookout season in the very beginning, and then they did it a little more heavily last year. Now it's permanent, which means that it's good. Like, it's almost impossible for Rachel to get out. So that's permanent. They got to figure out who the 17th house guest is that's helping production, aka that demon. Only house guest we know it's not is Rachel, and I think that that's a smokescreen. I don't care who that mystery house guest that's helping the demon is doing. You got to get Rachel Reilly ass out. She's a production pet, a production plant, and she's won the game before. Strike 3, you out. The whole house should have a house meeting publicly and say, we don't give a damn what Rachel say. She going home. Period. End of story. Rachel must go home immediately. If you don't send Rachel home right now, we know how this is going to play. But put a percentage on it, Shay. How likely do you think it is that Rachel Reilly will go home week 1? 1%. I give it a 1% chance. 1% chance that Rachel Reilly goes home this week. 1%. Because I expect her to get some sort of immunity or whatever. And if she don't get some sort of immunity, the AI arena type twist or whatever will save her. So now here we go that Vinny, he's HOH. First of all, you got Zach, big target on his back because he looks like a strong physical competitor, and then he just won $10,000. So it's going to be easy for everybody to be like, we'll put him on the block, send him home. Now you got Vinny up there, and who wants to be HOH when every week you're going to have to put up 3 people on the block, and if one of them comes off in veto, then you got to put a replacement. And then you have that AI arena crap at the end where whoever wins gets to pull themselves off and only 2 remaining left are on the block.
Lord Jesus.
You have a scenario where the first 3 people that you put on the block could all stay every time. You put up 3, one of them come down, you put up the other one, and that person ends up going home. So the 3 people you put up originally could all go home. And why the fuck would I talk any strategy after Monday? Because if you know the Big Brother schedule is typically HOH gets crowned on Thursday night. They have the nominations on Friday. They do veto on Saturday, and then the veto meeting on Monday. Well, generally after the veto meeting on Monday, that's when a lot of the real strategy and campaigning and all this stuff start. It's not going to. We're going to spend 4 days of them doing nothing because everybody, for the most part, is going to take the strategy of you know what? We'll just wait to see who wins that competition. And then obviously it's going to be on the show. So once they win that competition, look, if we're going to do that competition, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like the AI arena type twist where, you know, this extra veto. It's basically a built-in, a second veto built in every week. If we are going to do that, then that competition needs to be on Tuesday. We do veto on Monday, then we do that arena shit on Tuesday. So that way, and what is it called this year? BB Blockbuster, and it's permanent. It will be all season. If we're going to do that crap, do it on Tuesday, so at least we have Tuesday night and Wednesday night where they're really campaigning, trying to get the votes to stay in the house. Because I understand that strategy where it's like, I don't really want to promise you anything because I can have this whole plan and then, you know, you win the AI arena and you save yourself. And so, it just gets too messy, too convoluted. Go back to regular Big Brother. We're doing too much. We're adding extra vetoes already. We got a second co-host who, as far as I know, this motherfucker could end up coming in the house. You know, who knows? Then you got Rachel, she in the house, and then you got a saboteur type character already in the house helping. And it's like, are we even playing Big Brother, or is this is clearly CBS's attempt to jump on the bandwagon of the popularity of traders. This is clearly it. Like, nobody asked for this Hotel Mystere clue bullshit that y'all not even going to keep up all season. Y'all will not keep this shit up all season. You won't. At some point, they're just going to be in that house and a lot of this Hotel Mystere shit going to be over. But in typical production fashion, y'all moving pieces around and shit at the beginning of the game. And I got to be honest, all these twists are too much. So that's how the show ended is, who is going to be the 17th house guest? Will they be found out or will they be in the game? Do I think they'll be found out? I don't think so. I think that they're just going to have 17 people in the house. But anything's possible. Who do I think? I think as of right now is Jimmy. And I'm only basing it off of, I can't prove that he won that competition. But whoever it was, and then it was like, they helped me steal the relic. How did they help you steal the relic when this is how it was stolen? The motherfucker just dropped it to the desk, bro. I was supposed to believe somebody in the house helped you turn the lights off and drop a relic into the thing when we saw that the relic just flipped off the table into the table and the lights went out, and we know that the house guests can't control the lights. So it was very cartoonish. Like, I guess we getting ready to do Scooby-Doo mysteries. This is about to be the Scooby-Doo mystery season of Big Brother. And I'm very disappointed to start off. I ain't gonna lie. Let's vote on the episode. Let's go 1 to 5 in the comments. Or if you in the premiere chat, 1 to 5 right now. You can't go over 5. You can't go over 1. Or I'm gonna remove your comment. What do you give tonight's episode? Or last night's episode, however you want to put it. I gave it a 1.3 on the live show last night. This was the beginning. It had a nice pace. It's, I don't like the thing where it's like surprising them with the key, because come on, man, like, we're grown. Like, they knew they were going in the house, and that's cool. But the pace of it was cool. The personalities, we didn't even get a chance to really get to know anybody. We had them little small vignettes, and then we go straight into all this madness. The 2 comps, that shit was cool, but they should have been playing just for HOH. You should have took if you were going to do that 4-person comp for HOH, you should have took 2 winners from one comp, 2 winners from the other comp, and then had them battle it out for HOH. But this whole thing where you gave somebody $10,000 publicly and put a target on their back, and then turn around and tell the other person, you don't get no money, you don't even get safety, but you're going to get to build you a 4-person alliance, because, that's what I'd have did. I'd have picked 3 people and sat all 3 of them down at the same time and been like, look, man, we can control this house from day one. It could be us, and we all stick together, and we can guarantee ourselves to HOH. We keep each other safe, and then we move forward from there. Now, would that necessarily at work? I don't know. But it definitely, that's definitely a big possibility of something that could have happened. And so just too many twists, too much uncertainty. And it seems like the actual elements of playing Big Brother are so far gone. Gone are the days of just playing HOH, putting 2 people on the block, playing veto, and then campaigning to see if you can stay in the house. Now we got 2 vetoes, a demon on the TV. We got Rachel Reilly, and then we got somebody in the house helping production. And so it's just, man, it's too much production for me already. Get in the comments. Do you agree? Do you think I'm being too harsh on episode 1? Hey, man, it is good to be back, man. Shout out to everybody that made sure that, LNC was back doing this. I really was like, I didn't want to do it. And I really didn't think I was going to do it. But, obviously God had other plans for us. So God is great. And I'm appreciative, and I don't take none of this for granted, bro. I'm just happy to be here, bro. No cap. So make sure you keep an eye out. The feeds don't start till Sunday. So there's really nothing to report about until Sunday. Sunday, the episode will come on. We'll either be live on this channel or the main channel. I haven't decided yet, but bulk of the updates and live streams will be right here. But on the main channel, the Real Late Night Crew, we will be doing the live eviction every week. Live eviction will be on the main channel. But then again, I'm probably lying. God is great. Peace.
You're absolutely disgusting. Talking to you is like talking to the most vile devil child in the world. And I'm done with it, baby, because I'm done with you, because your game in this house is over.